Hey guys, I do apologize if you hear any vroom sounds. Those are going to be like notifications and stuff coming in, or a vroom sound. That's going to be my bank notifying me that something didn't go through and stuff. So I do apologize if you hear those throughout the duration of this, or any bump bump sounds. Basically because I'm recording this on my phone, and of course, the thing is, when you record stuff on your phone, and everything, you record stuff on your phone. Basically, you're going to have interference and all that. I'm just setting my alarm right now, at least putting the bypass on the alarm for my house, everything, so we can set the things for later. But anyway, getting back on topic here. I talk about AI and all that. I talk about the video AI and the services I kind of have fun with, I use. And I know we all know about the VEO, the VEO2, the VO2, the VO2 coming by Google. It's kind of on its way. It's essentially on the verge of happening and all that. The I guess you can say the beta test, the early access page it's changed a little bit more to look like a tube TV screen. So obviously they're very close to having it ready to go. And it sounds like from what I'm hearing, it might be a free to use AI service for the time being, just to give people a feel of what they're offering over like Kling and Vidu and all that, and Luma and so on. But speaking of Vidu, that's VIDU, I wanted to talk about them specifically because of the fact that when you're wanting a AI service, to kind of give you creatively what you're looking for, Kling AI will do it. Kling AI will do it. Luma to an extent will do it. Pixverse in a way will do it as well. They will give you what you're asking for to an extent. They will give you what you're, asking of them to do. I mean, Pixverse will give it to you. Luma to an extent will give it to you, but they're kind of more like taking their time. They're more like, keep pumping in credits, you keep pumping in extension of what you want. You're going to get it eventually. And I think that's what Luma is. Luma is more like creating, movies, creating a scene and all that. So that's them. Runaway's kind of similar to Vidu in a sense, but not really. Runaway is still developing itself, you can tell, and everything. Kling, of course, they're good and everything of what they do. They're getting more accurate with their presentations and everything, but still takes time. And of course, if you want to do the 1.6, you got to make sure you have plenty of credits for that, because if you want to get the best out of it, that's going to be 20 to 35 credits depending whether or not you're going standard or professional version. Then you're gonna definitely have to make sure you have plenty of credits stored aside. And Halo U, they're still pretty good at what they bring to the table and everything. But the problem with Halo U, like I said, is they still got to bring in the extension part and everything, as well as the transitional part, basically, image to image, frame to frame, if you will. They got to do that. And they should be all right as well. So a lot of them still have a lot to learn from. VDU is kind of in the same category as Halo U in a way. They're still in that same category as Halo U and Kling 1.6 and 1.5. They're kind of in that same category because of the fact that, they give you transitional, they give you frame to frame. And they do that with reference as well, which creates a whole new image based on what you're, showing them. Based on what you're showing them, it gives you a whole new image because those images are references of what you want to have created. But basically, there are only a few things, shy away from really like being, that top AI service that, people would want. That's just a few short additions away. Because right now, if you go to VDU and you use a new 2.0 option and a new 2.0 update mode, if you will, then by default, on VDU, by default, when it comes to image to video, you will have, by default, audio, you will have speed resolution, 4 seconds, 4 seconds of video that will be created, and you will have auto movement, automatic movement. Basically, it's auto. In other words, it adjusts to what, kind of movement you want your image to have. Now, does the credits increase, throughout? Yes. If you go and use text to video, then the default right there will be 12 credits, because basically you're asking it to create an image or create a video out of a prompt, out of a text prompt that you're giving it. So it's going to automatically start you with that at 12 credits. But the more you increase on it, like the more seconds you want or the bigger resolution you want, the more the credits are going to go up. So it can go from 12 credits to 24 credits to 36 credits to 72 credits. That's pretty much what it is. You're going to increase it, to a higher level is what you will do. The same with image to video. Image to video, like I said, automatically from a default perspective will start you off they will start you off with basically 4 credits, all the way through with 4 seconds, the speed resolution, if you will, as well as, the movement. But here's the catch. The movement starts at audio, right? Starts at auto, right? Automatic. But here's the catch. When you increase the movement from auto to small to medium to large, you still keep the 4 credits. Nothing increases. No credits increase at all. But if you go to different resolutions, they will. So if you go to, let's say, 720p, it'll increase to 12 credits. You go to 1080p, I think it increases to 24 or 36 credits, one of the two. That's what it does. It will increase to one of those credits, if you will. It will do that. Hold on for a second. But like I said, basically, if you go up higher to, like, let's say 720p resolution or 1080p resolution with image to video, it goes from 4 credits to 12 credits to 24 or 36 credits. That's what it does. And it goes even higher too. If you add in, let's say, 8 seconds. When you go to 720 and 1080p, that opens up the 8-second option. When you're on auto speed, when you're on speed resolution, which is the default start for you, you don't get the option to do 8 credits. You're just doing 4. But if you choose to go 720p resolution or 1080p, it opens it up to 8 seconds. So you'll have like 4 more seconds of video created. The only issue, like I said, is they will increase from 4 credits to 12 to 24 to 36. Now, if you do text to video, again, like I said, it starts you off default-wise text to video with 12 credits, and then it increases to 36 to 24, especially when you open up especially when you choose 720 and 1080, because just like with image to video, it starts you off basically at speed resolution and all that, and that basically allows you to have 12 credits. And I think when you increase the movement, your credits will remain just like if you were doing image to video, but instead of 4 credits, it's 12 credits. So that basically is what will happen. But again, just like with image to video, when you decide to go higher in your resolution, it will increase the credits. So just a little bit of warning that if you want to go higher in your credits, or not higher in your credits, but higher in your resolution, and you want to have a longer speed by double the 4 seconds, which would be 8 seconds, just be prepared to spend some extra credits, like double or triple the credits that you would start off with. Now, the benefit about them as well, though, is with the subscription, just like with any subscription service, the more you pay monthly or yearly, the more credits you're going to get. You're going to be able to utilize on a monthly or yearly basis. So that's pretty cool. But the cheapest, I think, for anybody to go with when it comes to that, or at least for me, is to go with the $10 option. Go with the $10 option, and you will get on a monthly basis 800 credits. I know that sounds a little weird, but you'll get 800 credits. And what's interesting as well is you'll get those credits even if you're not on a subscription basis. You can purchase them for $10. That's right. $10 will get you 800 credits. And what's interesting about that is if you use the 4 credit tier, if you go with the 4 credit option to create your image to video, or even if you go with the 12 credit option, you will not be spending too much, especially if you go with the image to video, which is the cheapest way to go. Now, the catch as well is you got to make sure that you go and stay on 2.0 when you're doing image to video, because when you do text to video, it will jump back to the 1.5 tier, the 1.5 mode, and that will increase your credit spending to 12. So what you want to do is you want to stick to image to video and go from there, and you should be all right. Because if you add 800 credits and you decide I want to do image to video, and you just want to see what the results will be without increasing the resolution and stuff like that, then guess what? You go to image to video, you do 4 credits. When you if you stick with the automatic, you stick with the auto default settings of 4 seconds, speed resolution and all that. You just want to look at what the results will be, and you should be all right. You should be okay, because that's what I've been doing. Because I'll take certain images, like there are images people create of, let's say, Eric W. Short's Max Black Rabbit characters, like Helena Dish, or Zigzag, or Sabrina herself, and I'll put them on VDU, and at 4 seconds I'll put in the prompt, to have, let's say, Helena Dish melt into a puddle of goop, and then her lipstick lips form out of the goop. Because that represents her. Or I want her to morph into a tree, and guess what? I'll get what I want most of the time. Sometimes it'll take a couple of tries, but I'll get mostly what I want. So that's pretty cool. And sometimes it does depend on what the image looks like, and you having to really, because of the image's presentation, you're really going to have to emphasize exactly what you're asking for and hoping for in the long run. But VDU will give you what you want. You'll see it here in the video of what I'm talking about, because I think these images will be passable. Basically, it'll give you what you want. If you're asking for a character to be, morphed into a fruit tree and all that, you'll get it. You want them to melt into a puddle of goop, you'll get it. And so on and so forth. You want to get a little bit more weirder by saying, hey, they melt into a puddle of goop, but then the lipstick lips, appear on the goop representing them, you'll get it. It actually will be more creative, believe it or not, than Kling. I'm not saying Kling doesn't do that kind of stuff. They probably do, but they're more focused, like Luma, on original activity, original artisticness. Again, I'm not saying they wouldn't do that, because they have proven that they have that capability. But you have to really, if you want that, you're really going to have to go, like I said, with 1.6 and doing the 35 credits to make that happen, if you know what I mean. Excuse me. But overall, if you want accuracy at an affordable price that's not going to drain you in everything, and you're going to still have enough credits to where when you look at what you created and you compare it to what you would have created, what you would have created with the other AIs out there, you'll realize that, whoa, I created 5 of these, and that only cost me like 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. It only cost me 20 credits altogether, and I created all 5 of these. And when you compare it to what you would do with Kling, or you compare it to what you would do with Luma or Halo U, basically you'll see that and even Runaway, and Pika as well, you'll look at the fact that, wow, I did 5 of these, and altogether it cost me only 20 credits. I got decent results and everything, and you'll be like, wow, this is a lot cheaper, a lot more cheaper and everything, and a little bit more accurate, or at least on the same accuracy as what Kling would give me, or Luma would give me, or Halo U, or Runaway, and so on, Pixelverse, and so on. you'll start seeing that, and you're realizing all you did was spend out of those 5 projects, for all you have spent together is 20 credits, and that was 4 credits each, which is pretty cool. Even if you go and try to go back and forth and just test, certain things like 12 credits, 24 credits, but you still mainly stick with 4 credits, you'll be making more projects, with, Vidu than you would with Kling and all that. Now, I'm not taking anything away from those that I've mentioned, before, that I've praised before. Kling still is at the very top. The thing that really has to get them to really surpass everybody is to add the extension feature to the 1.6 and 1.5 models. The same goes for for Halo U. Halo U needs to add in not just the extension feature, but the keyframe/transitional features as well. Basically, the frame-to-frame feature, scene-to-scene feature, and they should be. And once they do that, they'll be good to go as well. So, basically, long story short, and I know it sounded like it was a little confusing, but the point I'm getting at is if you're interested, Vidu at an affordable rate is probably the best option for you to go with. And my advice, do the image to video, do the newest model, which is 2.0, do image to video, and you should be good to go. And as long as you stick with the 4 credit option, that's all you need to do. If you want to experiment, that's up to you. If you can afford it, go ahead. But if you can't, stick with the 4 credit option, and the only thing that you should be looking at and increasing is the movement, because that won't infect you at all. But anyway, though, guys, I just wanted to talk about that. And again, the images, the videos you've been seeing going across, it's from Vidu. This is an example of what it can do even at 4 credits, out of 800. So, these are just examples. And yes, I will say that if you really get into it, it can go a little faster than you can definitely speed through the credits a lot faster than you expect. But if you take your time, you should be good to go. But anyway, guys, that's all I want to say for now. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Comment if you like, and I will talk to you later. But yeah, I would suggest try giving Vidu a try. You're not going to regret it.